Does that happen?
Good. That's all. That's I did that. I know. Have a robot. Like, and I realized, oh, I'm scaring myself. Hey,
Somebody, I've got our front.
no, Kathy always makes counted how. That's your job. You have to count. You gotta count. That's your job. That's your job.
Mark it down.
No.
What is?
Um, heard it. Well, listen. Right? And
Not much.
don't be.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge. Cost. Okay, while you're playing.
Okay.
No, he'll say this.
He's saying this. And we
I was thinking it was something like that. Yeah. I'll see.
gotta keep.
Between the two of us.
I know. Oh, there.
How is
Tom. 22.
or honey plus? Remember you? That was the one.
And remember,
Roger Harvey.
measures.
that case, it's a 4 roll.
10. Or 8? Ask these guys. I don't know. Yeah.
2.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
And that's why I started the two small, very different situations. Yeah. So when I was a kid, that was a model. When we started,
Yeah. Got our combo? Getting, I mean? Awful. I have to get Edwin because he did my whole wedding. Everything.
I wish I could get my fiance to have an opinion on something, but his opinions are okay.
Wait with it.
Okay.
That's not a good
Let
start.
me tell you.
still your fancy.
I said, what color palette should we go with? What flowers do you use? And this man said green. Does he not know about stems and leaves? Those are so he was right then. It's you know what
Okay,
probably
don't even ask.
That is coloring. Plus whatever the you have to have white flowers.
I wish I had
Nice. Fine. That one. Plus, I will. Oh, look on your face. I just scared me. Oh. I can't hear you.
Play this a lot. Many.
Yeah, he's counting. Probably, I don't know. Enough to eat. Yeah, how many? Yeah, how many? I know.
About 1,000. Not even mine.
Serious. This. Our last. Got this.
Okay, what's the trumpet sound? Somebody in the audience.
Morning, good people, and welcome to the 86th Annual Commencement Ceremony of Siena University. My name is Dr. Timothy Reno, and I will be providing you with some information about the university and the symbols and traditions used in today's ceremony. You are all a significant part of today's ceremony, and we ask that you help us to create a dignified and proper celebratory atmosphere for this important moment in the life of Siena's class of 2026. In order to ensure the best possible experience for all concerned, please be respectful of other guests and areas reserved for official activities. At this moment, bells are ringing back on campus. The tradition of commencing the ceremonial procession with the ringing of the bells 7 times pays symbolic tribute to the founding of the university in 1937 by the 7 original Franciscan faculty members: Father Cyprian Mensing, Father Lambert Zelaya, Father Adalbert Callahan, Father Joseph Van, Father Bernard Tobin, Father Alcuin Shields, and Father Benjamin Kuhn. Father Cyprian served as Dean of Siena, while concurrently serving as Dean of Studies at St. Bonaventure University. The 6 other friars were equally busy teaching courses ranging from Latin to Greek, mathematics, and public speaking, maintaining the rules of the Franciscan order, and assuaging the concerns of neighboring families. The U.S. Army ROTC program has been a proud member of Siena University for more than 70 years. Today, the Color Guard presents the national colors and the colors of the Mohawk ROTC Battalion. The cadets representing the program in today's Color Guard are Cadet Ryan Kilgore, Cadet Liliana Dawes, Cadet India Christiani, and Cadet Bryce McCann. Following are the graduates of Siena Shaker High School Transition Program and the Alpha Kappa Alpha graduates. Started in the 1940s, Alpha Kappa Alpha is the honor society of Siena University. Membership in AKA is the highest award granted to students at graduation. AKA members are led by Siena Associate Dean of Students, Miss Samantha Fiella, and Dr. Glenn Braddock, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. The AKA graduates are followed by the officers of the class of 2026 and graduates receiving 2 degrees today. Dr. Adam Mason, Professor of Biology, serves as Grand Marshal for today's commencement. The Alpha Kappa Alpha graduates carry the Siena banners. They too are a significant part of our heritage. The university derives its name from the city of St. Bernardine, the university's patron of Siena, Italy. Following this year's AKA graduates and class officers is Dr. Chris Farnan, Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, leading the liberal arts faculty and graduating students. The School of Liberal Arts offers majors in American Studies Education, Classics, Communications, Computer Science Education, Creative Arts, Criminal Justice Studies, Early Childhood and Childhood Education, Economics, English Education, French Education, History Education, Philosophy, Political Science, Psychology, Religious Studies, Social Work, Sociology, Spanish Education, the student-designed interdisciplinary major, theater, and visual art and design, as well as a Master of Science in Education, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Arts in Curriculum and Instruction, and Master of Social Work. Some highlights from the School of Liberal Arts this year. Some highlights from the School of Liberal Arts. Dr. Joshua Iddings convened the panel, Improving Writing Instruction for Bilingual Learners, the Promise of Genre Pedagogy, and the 2025 Conference of the National Council of Teachers of English in Denver, Colorado. Professor Germaine Gatewood curated a 3-woman exhibition featuring work by Siena's photography professor Allison DeBritz for Upstate Art Weekend. Professor Scott Nelson Foster showed new work at the Carrie Haddad Gallery during the small group show Weathered in fall 2025. In December, Dr. Catherine Bonventer published an article in the Criminal Justice Review, examining wrongful convictions through the lens of behavioral ethics. This past fall, Professor Annie Rhodey Wright conducted Siena University's first ever Inside Out course, in which 10 Siena University students joined 11 incarcerated college students to study restorative justice at Greenhaven Maximum Security Prison each week for a transformative experience. Professor Toby Kirchman will be working with 2 Siena interns this summer through Kirka on cold case investigations. The cold case class has now been run successfully for 2 semesters at Siena. Professor Kirschman presented on a panel of experts on forensic investigative genetic genealogy at this year's University of Pennsylvania Quattrone Symposium just last week. Dr. Christina Pfister was awarded a faculty fellowship from the Association of Teacher Educators to address organizational workload and strengthen capacity within the organization. Dr. Gretchen Oliver and Dr. Karen Gregory published a chapter entitled Evidence-Based Practices for Supporting Language and Literacy Development for Multilingual Learners in the book Recognizing Best Practices as Locally Situated, moving from universal best practices to contextualized promising or good practices in education. They facilitated a research presentation at the TESOL International Convention in March in Salt Lake City. Dr. Christine Dawson and Dr. Allison Karcher presented at the New York State Association of Teacher Educators Conference on navigating the Gen AI landscape with pre-service teachers learning to teach in the age of ChatGPT. Dr. Christine Dawson presented with colleagues from Michigan and Washington at the National Council of Teachers of English Annual Convention about reading with generative AI, promising approaches for comprehension and engagement. Dr. Kuo Zhang presented at Capital District Feminist Studies Conference in March in Troy, New York. Dr. Catherine Snyder hosted the 6-part National Consortium for Teaching About Asia speaker series, sponsored by the Freeman Foundation. Dr. Melissa Reese was nominated to the American Philosophical Association's Committee on the Status of Disabled People in the Profession. Dr. Lori Naranj presented her research, Machiavellian Returns, at the Midwest Political Science Association meeting in Chicago and at the Hudson Valley Political Theory Workshop at Union College. She was an invited commentator at the International Conference on Political Thought at Cornell University on conceptualizing political form in May. Dr. Ann McCarthy, the Dean of the School of Science, is followed by the School of Science faculty and graduating students. The School of Science offers majors in astrophysics, applied mathematics education, applied physics education, biochemistry, biology education, chemistry business, chemistry education, computational physics, computer science education, data science, environmental studies, health studies, mathematics education, nursing, physics education, and software development. Some highlights from the School of Science. Following last year's opening of Nobel Hall, the School of Science repurposed and renovated several rooms in Roger Bacon Hall. The project created new classrooms, a showcase quality, high-performance computer lab, a maker space, and a multi-purpose lab for Siena's future engineering physics program. This summer, the Roger Bacon lobby will become home to a new Starbucks campus cafe location. Last fall, the Math Center was established and made available to all Siena students. This new study space provides support for students in quantitative courses through drop-in tutoring, study sessions, and learning strategies workshops. The Math Center is open 30 hours per week and supports students in all 3 schools, providing tutoring for statistics, quantitative business, calculus, and more. Students can even get help with tricky calculations that appear in chemistry or nursing classes. In February, the School of Science hosted the inaugural meeting of Siena's Community Health Partners Council. This newly established group of alumni and friends of Siena represent a wide cross-section of health professionals within the capital region. The council is helping to create more clinical placement opportunities for students, advising on activities outside of the classroom that set Siena graduates up for success, providing curricular feedback and mentoring students. The long and storied careers of 7 School of Science faculty have been recognized through the distinction of emeritus status. Jim Angstadt, Emily Kenny, Jean Mangan, Mark Rosenberry, Rachel Stern-Marr, Scott Vandenberg, and Nina Zanetti will all be remembered for their careers of accomplishment, many contributions, and countless number of students that were touched by their teaching and mentorship. 2 School of Science faculty members earned promotions this year. George Hassel of Physics and Astronomy was promoted to the rank of teaching professor, and Dr. Tom Jarla of Biology was promoted from associate professor to professor. 2 School of Science faculty were selected as recipients of Distinguished Siena Faculty Awards. Professor Dan Moriarty of Chemistry is this year's recipient of the Jerome Walton Excellence in Teaching Award, and Associate Professor Scott Greenhalgh of Mathematics and Statistics received the Raymond Kennedy Excellence in Scholarship Award. The Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Rashmi Asudani, leads the School of Business faculty and graduating students. The School of Business offers undergraduate majors in accounting, actuarial science, business, business administration, business analytics, economics, finance, management, and marketing, as well as a Master of Science in Accounting, a Master of Business Administration, and a Master of Business Analytics. Some School of Business highlights. Laszlo Bach, former Chief People Officer at Google, presented the School of Business 2026 Lewis Golub Executive Lecture. With 350 plus attendees, this was a record-breaking turnout of industry leaders, alumni, and the Siena community. The Sal Elaqua Class of 1950 Business Lecture Series, coordinated by Associate Professor of Management Deborah Kelly, hosted 6 guest speaker programs this year. These programs are always very popular with students since the speakers share real-world career advice and personal experiences from a variety of business perspectives. This year's guest speakers were Andy Heck, Class of 88, President of Alpenhaus; Sharon Sullivan, Class of 84, owner and CEO of Renewal by Anderson of the Carolinas; Mike Elliott, Class of 87, Operating Executive, Tailwind Capital, and former Executive Vice President and Chief of People Officer at JetBlue Airways; and Laura Bishun, Class of 07, Chief People Officer of Chronograph. The 20th Annual Ted Winowski Class of 63 Student Conference in Business concluded with 21 student presentations, including 2 presentations from the Societal Impact Fellows team. With generous funding from Mr. Winowski, the School of Business has continued to support the Societal Impact Fellows program. This funded program supports a team of students and faculty exploring a community-related project consistent with the goals of the School of Business. The School of Business received Sal Elaqua Class of 50 Endowment Gift that will permanently endow the School of Business lecture and will support the School of Business students through student opportunity funds and will fund scholarships for students with demonstrated financial need, with preference for first-generation students. Starting in fall of 2025, the School of Business has launched an expectation and requirement for all School of Business undergraduates to earn at least 1 experiential learning opportunity. 20 School of Business faculty participated and engaged with the AACSB Assurance of Learning training program. The School of Business is preparing to launch a 2-year bridge strategic plan that will focus on student success. The school also piloted an immersion program with Franciscan University in Brazil. This pilot program welcomed 90 students from Brazil during the first 2 weeks of summer 2025. Dr. Rashmi Asudani co-authored and co-published Entrepreneur, an 18th century concept needing a 21st century recalibration in the Journal of Academy of Business and Economics. She was invited to serve on the peer review team for AACSB accreditation. Siena student Annabelle Mayer from the Health Studies Administration track was awarded the Teresian House Emerging Leaders Scholarship and participated in the New York chapter of the American College of Healthcare Conference for Nursing Home Administrators. Annabelle will also be offered an internship if she is interested in pursuing a career in nursing administration. Research by Siena senior Abby Trinkle and her faculty advisor, Dr. Adam Flieger, was selected as a finalist for the Undergraduate Research Award at the annual meeting of the Applied Sport Management Association. Siena students Abby Daly, Sarah Harnett, Joe Lemery, and Christian Amaral made it to the final round of the Applied Sport Management Association case study competition. Following the School of Business graduates are the library faculty, led by the director of the library, Vicki Parsons. Following the library faculty is Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Ouimet, Professor of Military Science for the Army ROTC program, representing the staff and cadre that oversee all Army ROTC operations in the Capital Region. Also in attendance and directing the color guard today is the Army ROTC Assistant Professor of Military Science, Captain Marvin Grimet. As a symbol of the continuing Franciscan tradition at Siena and the importance of Franciscan values to the Siena education, the friars of the local community follow the ROTC faculty. Following the friars are the administrators and staff of the university, led by Mr. Andrew Murphy, class of 2017, chair of the Council of Administrators and Staff. The administrators are followed by our platform party, consisting of the President's Cabinet, the Jerome Walton Excellence in Teaching Award recipient, the Raymond Kennedy Excellence in Scholarship Award recipient, the Matthew T. Conlin OFM Distinguished Service Award recipient, the James Nust Excellence in Administration Award recipient, members of the Board of Trustees and Board of Advisors, the Chair of the Board of Trustees, our honorary degree recipient, the Bishop of Albany, and the President of Siena University. To signify the beginning of Siena's commencement exercises today, the music you will hear now is the City of Albany Pipe Band. The City of Albany Pipe Band is a nonprofit organization promoting the appreciation of traditional bagpipe music through a continuing effort of instruction, promoting self-improvement and active participation in parades and competitions. Dr. Margaret Madden, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, will initiate today's commencement activities. Dr. Madden.
Thank you. Please be seated. Bishop O'Connell, Mr. Baldwin, President Seifert, Ms. Antonelli, our faculty and administrator awardees, members of the Board of Trustees and Board of Advisors, and members of the 2026 graduating class of Siena, good morning and welcome. Welcome to these, our 86th commencement exercises in the 88th year of the university, and the very first year our students will be graduating from Siena University. I am Dr. Margaret Madden, Provost and Senior Vice President, and I have the pleasure of presiding over this occasion. The Siena community thanks the relatives and friends of our graduates for attending this morning and sharing in this joyous event. We also would like particularly to acknowledge those alumni, parents, grandparents, and relatives of our graduates. I ask all alumni to please stand. Siena alumni. Welcome back. As we begin the ceremony, I request that all cell phones be silenced to ensure the solemnity of today's proceedings for the benefit of all our graduates and their guests. Please follow the directions of the ushers. In this graduating class of 2026, we have 976 baccalaureate graduates. Of these, 341 will receive their degrees with honors, 75 summa cum laude, 114 magna cum laude, and 152 cum laude, with 3 graduates receiving 2 degrees. 3 of our graduates are honors fellows, completing a combination of honors courses, service activities, and a culminating honors thesis. Please stand. I now call upon Father Mark Riener, Order of Friars Minor, Vice President for Mission, to give the invocation. After the prayer, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
On behalf of the Franciscan Friars who founded Siena University 89 years ago, welcome. Welcome and congratulations to the class of 2026. Whether you join us in person or online via live stream, welcome. Shalom, salam. In the words of Francis of Assisi, peace and good. May our invocation this morning of God's Spirit affirm the vocation of our graduates to be saints, responding to the call of God in their lives, putting their education at work in the service of others. Let us pray. Most high and glorious God, we give you thanks for the graduates of the class of 2026 and the many people in their lives who have loved and supported them, bringing forth their gifts, talents, and skills that you have so richly blessed them with. Continue to instill the minds of these sons and daughters of Siena University with holy wisdom. Inflame their hearts with unconditional love, that following the example of Francis and Clare of Assisi, Bernardine of Siena, in their pilgrimage of life, they may be person-centered, compassionate leaders, lifelong learners, who are inclusive in their relationships with others, innovative in their response to challenges, attentive to those on the margins of society, committed to building a world that is more just, peaceable, and humane. We ask this in your holy name, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Now I invite Sarah Pagarello and Carolyn Tanico, class of 2026, as well as Hassan Lang and Jaden Wojcik, class of 2027, to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The members of our color guard are cadets from the Mohawk ROTC Battalion. Please be seated. I now introduce Mr. Tom Baldwin, class of 1981, chair of the Siena University Board of Trustees. Mr. Baldwin.
Thank you, Dr. Madden. Good morning, and welcome to this happy occasion. As Dr. Madden said, you are about to become the first graduates of Siena University. Congratulations. On behalf of all the faculty, staff, administrators, friars, and trustees here today, I'd like to thank you all for being here and participating in the graduate weekend events. For us, this recharges our batteries and reminds us why we do what we do. Like you, this is something of a graduation day for me, as this is my last commencement as board chair. It's been an honor to have the opportunity to give a little bit back to a Franciscan institution that has meant so much to me and my family. I want to thank my wife and best friend, Lori, whom I met at Siena, for all of her support and encouragement over these years. That's all right, you can applaud it. As you continue in your life to have opportunities to give back or volunteer, I encourage you to take advantage of them. You'll find it much more rewarding and fulfilling than you anticipate. It's also a very, very Franciscan thing to do. I will close the way I have in previous commencements. You will receive a good deal of praise today, and rightly so. So I'd like to give you a chance to praise, thank, and applaud some of those who helped get you here today. Would all the family and friends of the graduates please rise? These people supported you in so many ways and often made many sacrifices that helped get you to this day, and they should be thanked and recognized. Thank you. Would all of the faculty, staff, administrators, and friars here today please rise? These are the people who make us all so proud to be Siena alums. When you think about your overall Siena experience, the environment on campus, and things just being so Siena, these are the keepers of the flame. They are the ones who create and preserve all that Siena is. Without them, the university is just a bunch of buildings. We owe them a great deal more, but we can start with another round of applause. Thank you. I will conclude by saying, remember your time at Siena. The education, moments, stories, and experiences. Hold them close and nurture them. Speaking as someone who graduated 45 years ago today, I can assure you, they will endure and remain meaningful throughout your life. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations. The world is getting more safe. Thank you.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Ms. Lexi Dennis, who has been selected to deliver the senior commencement address to the class of 2026. Lexi.
Good morning, President Seifert, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, administrators, proud families and friends, and most importantly, the first graduating class of Siena University. We finally made it to a day that seemed so distant, we could only dream of what this would be like. Starting my journey at Siena 4 years ago feels as though it was only yesterday. I remember speaking at my high school graduation, feeling optimistic but also uncertain. Today I stand here wiser, bolder, confident, and in front of more eyes than I could ever have imagined. Presenting for you today is just one of the amazing opportunities that Siena has given to me. An opportunity I had thought would never be possible, and yet here we are. A great example of an opportunity that Siena provided to me is the degree that I am obtaining today. Initially, Siena did not offer my degree, which is elementary education. However, I could not turn down Siena as it immediately felt like home. But I wished I could be studying what I was truly passionate about. After my sophomore year, however, a miracle happened. Siena was adding an undergraduate degree in early childhood and childhood education. This was just one of the tremendous opportunities that Siena gave to me. There are many, many more, but I will save you that laundry list of wonderful moments. One of my favorite pieces of writing is a work called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulcum. The poem, which hangs proudly in my grandmother's kitchen, recounts that in kindergarten, we of course learn the alphabet and how to count to 10. We learn the days of the week, the months of the year, and other building blocks as we work towards first grade. But overall, we learn how to be a good human being. As I was working with students in my classroom, I found that the elementary school and Siena University actually have many similarities. As much as Siena University is providing us a degree in a specific field, it is also teaching us the importance of being a good person. I would argue that in case you missed kindergarten, all you ever really need to know, you learned at Siena. We learned that friendship is the most important part of starting at a new school and the key to happiness. Without my freshman year roommate, Kat, I never would have found a place. True friends make the journey better than the destination. As we reflect on our time at Siena, let us always remember what made it our home. Chicken nuggets are arguably the best food, especially on Fridays in Saga. Always hold the door for the person behind you. Stand up for others and what you believe is right. If you are having a bad day, it's okay to treat yourself. Always be sure to wear green on Wednesdays. Cheer on your team and support each other. We are all a team. Get excited for that first campus snowfall and that snow day message from President Seifert. Get excited for bingo or goat yoga or stuff a plush. There is nothing wrong with trying something new. A smile to a stranger makes a big difference. A blessing from a friar goes a long way, as they are truly the soul of our campus. Always remember our Franciscan values. Do not waste a second doubting yourself. Robert Fulcom ends his work the same way we end our time at Siena. He says, and it is still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. As we leave Siena University today and venture into a new world of unknowns, we must remember that Siena has given us the greatest gift of all, each other. Behind each opportunity was another saint who helped pave the way. These saints have been our friars, faculty members, staff and administrators, mentors, and our friends. The connections we have made at this institution will never fade, but we must remember to look back at the hands that we grab and hold on tight. We must never take for granted the opportunity we have to feel loved and supported by the community that we have created. We may be leaving Siena, but Siena will never leave us. My final advice for you today is, if you see a soul in need of support, love, and kindness, reach out for their hand and pull them up. Guide them to their new opportunity. Remember, all you will ever really need to know, you learned at Siena, and the world will always need more saints. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Lexi, for those inspiring words. We now recognize 3 faculty members and 1 administrator selected by their colleagues and students who exemplify the best of our Siena faculty and administration. Their biographies and accomplishments are summarized in your program on pages 24 through 28. In keeping with the Siena University mission of emphasis on teaching, each year, 1 faculty member is recognized for their efforts by being awarded the Jerome Walton Excellence in Teaching Award. This award is named for Professor Walton, one of the university's first lay faculty members. This year's recipient is Dr. Daniel Moriarty, Professor of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Dr. Moriarty.
Thank you, Provost Madden. To President Seifert, members of the Platform Party, distinguished guests, my fellow faculty, administrators, staff, friends and family waiting to see the big moment as these students walk across the stage, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I would like to welcome you to the MVP Arena and thank you for coming out to celebrate me. Yes, I knew that winning this award was a big deal. It's really joining the Siena Academic Hall of Fame. But to fill an arena like this in my honor, it's really something. Although I suppose there are 900 other reasons people may be here now that I think about it, so perhaps I should talk about them for a little bit. A graduation ceremony is a special event. Each one is unique, but they do tend to follow the same basic structure. One of the moments is a speech such as this, and those of us lucky enough to be able to give one take that honor seriously. There are a few ways to do it, and as I sat down in front of my computer, I kicked around several ideas, trying to find a way to sprinkle in a few pearls of wisdom here and there. I decided I might start with thinking about what Dan in his 50s wished that Dan in his early 20s knew. It's a classic for a reason. I figured I would just write down the first thing that came to my mind and run with that. So I typed it down, and then I sat back, and I looked at the screen, a flashing cursor and small characters staring back at me. Stay away from cheap tequila. Well, it's good practical advice. I hear enough laughter in the audience that tells me that other people probably wish they had. I really can't argue with it. But was this really the nugget of wisdom I was thinking of? Is this where I want my talk to go? I mean, I like a challenge, but I wasn't feeling quite right. After all, my parents are watching this. My father, a distinguished law professor, and my mother, a celebrated poet. There's a certain quality expectation that goes along with that. Family and friends are listening in. My family are here as well, along with my beautiful wife, whom I met right here at Siena. My kids are in the audience. What are they going to think? Well, my friends would probably think he should have stayed away. And I have to imagine that my wife especially wishes I had followed that advice at a few different townhouse parties. So yes, I think everyone on that list would probably say that sounds about right. Still, there was that nagging feeling that it should be something else, so I tried some other ideas. None of them really clicked, so after a while, I just stopped trying, went over and poured myself a small glass of Amaro, a bittersweet Italian liqueur, and let my mind wander to see if I could find something that might spark my imagination. I thought about my time at Siena and what it was like when I was in your shoes. And I thought about what the time has been like for you since you've been here at Siena. All of the ups and downs that you have been through since you became saints. And as I thought about all of this, you can really see why this day is filled with so many emotions. During your time here, you have grown, you have learned, you have matured, you have become better people. You have pushed yourselves, done what you thought you couldn't do, and you've developed lifelong friends along the way. These events have helped make your education and the Siena experience a true joy. But within that joy, there is also a sadness, as this time is ending. The countdown parties have finished, your tassels are about to switch sides, and when this ceremony is over, things change. They can't go back to the way it was, because that time of your lives is done. You won't see people as often. The ability to just hang out by walking a few steps from one townhouse to the other, it'll end, and that is sad, and it deserves to be mourned. And as we swing back and forth from all of these emotions, from happiness to sadness, we remember that there are people that should be here celebrating this time, but sadly aren't. I'm sure many of you have loved ones that you're thinking of now. I'm especially thinking of two of my townhouse mates who are no longer here with us, and a friend and former chemistry professor who used to teach here. We've also lost several members of our community over a very short period of time, a former president, a beloved coach, and two wonderful faculty. Vera and Mark would often be sitting right back there, waiting to greet students. These losses of those we care about add to the complex mixture of feelings for this day. And as I sat about this and went over my time dealing with these same feelings and looking at this glass of dark liqueur nearly empty, I realized that bittersweet really is the perfect phrase to wrap up this day. The bitter because it's ending, and the sweet because of how we got here, and more importantly, what comes next. It's hard letting go of this time as there are so many good things about it. But by doing that and embracing this next phase, you are going to head out into the world, bringing Siena's core values with you: compassionate leadership, inclusivity, innovation, lifelong learning, and a person-centered focus. With those in your back pocket, you're going to do great things, and you're going to make the world a better place. And that brings me to the last thing I wanted to mention to you today. It's something that has been kicking around my head for quite a while, floating around in my subconscious, that ties into those core values. It's one of the most powerful words in human existence, able to change things for the better, but demands much. And that word is optimism. Hope and optimism are often used interchangeably, but I would like to correct that. I view hope as passive. I hope I win the lottery. I hope I do well on that test. I hope I remember my next line in this talk. Hope is nice. It's needed. It's the start. Hoping, thinking, praying, meditating without action doesn't change anything. It's all up here. But if you want something to be better, you have to do something about it. And this is what optimism demands. Optimism is a commitment. I think there is something I can do to achieve a goal, and I believe that I can do it. That's the mindset, even knowing that you may be disappointed. But to be optimistic is to get out of bed every morning and try to make progress somehow, some way. Optimism is not a weakness, and it isn't being naive. It is knowing what might be possible, that it will not be easy, that there are people and circumstances that will make this process difficult, and yet you are going to give it your best effort, and you're going to do everything you can to make it happen because you have the ability to do so. It might be some big action, but more often than not, there will be small little things that you can do, sometimes almost imperceptible things. And this can help make the world a little better, to make someone else's life a little better. And these small things, given enough time, can add up to something big. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. At that point, it was clear that the USSR was far ahead of the United States in the space race. When you look at the TV broadcasts, newspapers, and magazine articles from the time, there was tremendous fear and concern that nuclear weapons would be raining down on us from Soviet rockets and missiles. We were far behind, and there was nothing we could do to catch up before the Soviet Union took us out for good. During that time, there was a group of people at NASA who were optimistic about our chances to catch up and surpass them, and they got up every morning to prove themselves right. And what happened? Well, actually, they dealt with failure a lot of days. Setbacks and frustrations, constant companions. We lost 3 of America's best and brightest in 1967 with the explosion of Apollo 1 on the launch pad. And despite all of these setbacks and failures, every day those folks got out of bed, determined to make it work. And finally, after over a decade of perseverance and hard work, they were proven right. And during this last year, Artemis gave us a reminder of that. Optimism eventually overcame pessimism, but only with a lot of failures in between, and a determination to do better. This does not mean that pessimism should be dismissed out of hand or there's no good reasons for these feelings. Most days, and with a lot of things, it's easier to be pessimistic. It's easy to find optimists who are wrong. It's easy to give in to pessimism when the world seems to be filled with people who value money and power above all else, who only want to create division to keep themselves at the top. Our society at times feels like it's set up that way. It's easier to doom scroll or just swipe to the next thing. And folks who could be a powerful source of good seem like they don't care about you or your family or the struggles that any of us are going through. It's understandable to be pessimistic. However, when pessimism becomes your default mindset, it starts shaping the world around us, and it brings that into being. If it's impossible for things to get better, why would I do what needs to be done to change it? Why get out and vote? Why help out in the community? Why bother getting your hopes up? And if enough people feel that way for long enough, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. In day-to-day experiences, being pessimistic sure feels like it's more often right than wrong. Wish that wasn't the case. But given the current state of our culture and our country, it's hard to argue with it. I would like to remind you, though, that optimism can win over the long game, but you're going to have to put in the work every day to try to do some good, some way, somehow. This mindset can help you focus your energy and your efforts and help make some small bit of good happen in the world. And thousands upon thousands of attempts to make even a tiny little bit of good work over the long haul, that'll make a huge pile of good. Can this work? Will it make a difference? Are we going to be able to do it? I can't say for sure, but I know that doing nothing won't make the world any better. Frankly, if I did know, I would find some sort of way to shout it out to the rooftops. Maybe start with an audience of a few thousand people, have a nice captive audience, try to talk to them about it, try to convince them that this is the right way to do things. Wait a minute. So why talk about this now? It feels like it's a little bit of a tempting fate to talk about being optimistic at times. You forget an umbrella, that's when it's going to rain. You take your snow tires off in mid-March, here comes a snowstorm. Well, I thought about that even sitting right up there on the platform. And if I'm going to be honest with you, it's because I needed to hear it. Because sometimes being optimistic is hard. But one of the things they don't tell you when you sign up to teach here at Siena is that as much as you will mentor and inspire and teach these students, they will teach and inspire you. Yes, there are times when grading quizzes and exams, you wanted me to make me pull my hair out. You keep forgetting your units when you're doing dimensional analysis, and I keep telling you to make sure that you do those things, and you don't do those things, and you drive me nuts. This, by the way, is a preview of parenting. Despite all that, I can honestly say that I am inspired by this generation of people, and that you can shape the world for the better. I am optimistic that given the opportunity, you will make the world a better and more just place. It won't be easy. It won't be as quick as I wish it would happen, but it can be done with determination, hope, and a focused optimism. And I will wake up every day and do what I can to help you out. And I hope everybody here listening will join me in that effort. After all, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. We make the future that we want starting right now in the present by putting in that effort day in and day out. All that being said, I still think you should stay away from cheap tequila. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Moriarty. You can see why he deserves the teaching award. In recognition of the contributions of scholarly activities that provides towards the attainment of academic excellence, each year one faculty member is acknowledged for having made a significant contribution to their profession and discipline. The Raymond C. Kennedy Excellence in Scholarship Award is named in honor of the second lay chair of the Siena University Board of Trustees, an individual known not only for his service to nonprofit organizations, but also for his deep intellectual curiosity in a wide variety of disciplines. Siena University is honored to recognize Dr. Scott Greenhall, Associate Professor of Mathematics, as the recipient of this year's award. Congratulations, Dr. Greenhall. Please stand to be recognized. In recognition of the contributions service activities provide toward the attainment of institutional excellence, each year, one faculty member is acknowledged for having exhibited a consistent and outstanding record of service to the university and the broader community. The Father Matthew T. Conlon OFM Distinguished Service Award is named in honor of Father Conlon, the 6th President of Siena University. We are most pleased to recognize Dr. Keith Wilhite, Professor of English, as the 2026 recipient of the Father Conlon Award. Congratulations, Dr. Wilhite. Please stand to be recognized. The James Noost Excellence in Administration Award recognizes an individual within our community who exhibits leadership, management, initiative, integrity, creativity, courage, and discipline. We are pleased to recognize Mr. Mike Lanello, Technical Director and Production Manager, as the 2026 recipient of the James Noost Excellence in Administration Award. Congratulations, Mike. Please stand to be recognized. Dr. Charles Seifert, President of the University, will now preside over the conferral of the honorary degree to this year's recipient, who has been chosen for reflecting the mission of Siena Education to prepare our graduates to lead a compassionate, reflective, and productive life of service and leadership. Her biography can be found in your program on page 29. President Seifert will be assisted by the Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Thomas Baldwin. It is my pleasure to call upon Mr. Brendan Coyle, class of 2026, who will introduce this year's honorary degree recipient. Brendan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is my honor today to introduce today's honorary degree recipient, Debbie Antonelli. Siena University is proud to recognize Debbie on our first commencement as Siena University, celebrating her remarkable career in sports broadcasting and her commitment to making the world more just, compassionate, and inclusive. If you take a look at your program, you'll see a long list of accomplishments. She is a 2-time Emmy Award winner, a Hall of Famer, and one of the most respected voices in college basketball. She's called games on ESPN and CBS at the highest level, and she's helped grow the visibility of the game for generations of players and fans to come. But what stands out most is not just what she has achieved, it's the way she's done it. Debbie took what she learned on the hardwood as a college athlete and turned it into a career defined by preparation, leadership, and passion. She represents Siena's Franciscan values in everything she does, putting the team first, lifting others up, and always focusing on something bigger than herself. As someone who had the privilege of being part of a MAC championship team this year, I can tell you that the mindset is real. It's what turns a group of individuals into a family. And while her professional career is impressive, her greatest impact may come from her life off the court. As a mother of 3, Debbie and her husband Frank have built a family rooted in love, resilience, and purpose. They often say they don't strive for a perfect balance, but instead a rhythm that keeps them grounded in what matters most. That mindset is especially evident in their journey with their son Frankie, who was born with Down syndrome. While others may have seen limitations, Debbie and her family saw opportunity. They approached life the same way they handled competition, with heart, discipline, and the belief that effort can overcome expectations. That competitive spirit led to something truly extraordinary. Inspired by Frankie, Debbie created her 24-hour nothing but net marathon, making 100 free throws every hour for 24 hours straight. She finished with over 2,400 made free throws, and most recently shot a very impressive 96% from the line, which shooting 96% at the line is very impressive. May have got her in the rotation towards the end of the year for us when we were short a few guys, but I will say though, what started in her driveway has grown into a nationally recognized event that's raised over $1.5 million for Special Olympics, helping create opportunities for athletes all over the world. And maybe even more importantly, it has helped change the way people see ability, inclusion, and what's possible. Debbie Antonelli has dedicated her life to excellence in her profession, her community, and in her family. She's a trailblazer, a leader, and someone who uses her platform to make a meaningful difference. For her unwavering commitment to excellence, her groundbreaking contributions to sports media, and her dedication to service and inclusion, Siena University proudly confers upon Mrs. Debbie Antonelli the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Please join me in welcoming Debbie Antonelli.
By the authority vested in me by the State of New York Board of Regents and the Board of Trustees of Siena University, I hereby confer upon Ms. Debbie Antonelli the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and declare her a member of the Siena family forever. In a symbol thereof, I ask the chair of our faculty to invest her with the insignia of that degree. And I ask Mr. Baldwin to present the diploma.
Wow. Thank you. What an incredible experience I've had here in the very short time that I've been able to spend on campus. Bishop Mark, Mr. Baldwin, President Seifert, faculty, staff, administrators, members of the Board of Trustees and Board of Advisors, and finally, the class of 2026. Thank you, Brendan, for that really nice introduction. I am humbled and honored to share a few words with you on this memorable day. Siena is a place I know, not as a graduate through the lens of I know it as through the lens of my uncle, Tim Mannix, class of 1962. Uncle Tim attended Siena on a music scholarship to play basketball, baseball, and lacrosse. He was class president his first 3 years and regimental commander of the ROTC his senior year. There weren't any women on campus back then, and there really was no campus. So I know a little bit about your experience here as a Siena Saint. I'm not here to tell jokes, give you a list of cliches, hit you with some flowery SAT vernacular. Some of you are not going to remember what I say anyway. So let's get right to it, because I did walk through the townhouses last night with Father Mark, so I know you guys are ready. We got some corks to pop, a few more, and some celebrations to attend. The anticipation of this day may have seemed impossible, the journey a long road. But here we are, recognizing 976 graduates from this world-class university with an academic experience and life skills experience that has equipped each of you with tools to navigate next in every. The next opportunity, next challenge. every opportunity, every challenge. I'm standing in front of you, proof. You can outperform and outwork your transcript. It'll take hard work because nothing replaces that. But you won't be handed anything. You're going to have to go get it. Today, it is about you, graduates. Enjoy, celebrate, go ahead and overindulge. Because after today, it won't just be about you. Moving forward, you'll be part of something bigger. Your life will evolve around teams, a family team, a workforce team, a team of volunteers, a team of neighbors. And when you're on a team, it's not about you, it's about the team. And there's no better example of that than the Siena men's basketball team this year. Congratulations to the guys. Since my own graduation, I've been on numerous teams. My family, my coworkers at ESPN and CBS, and the volunteers at Special Olympics. Over time, I've developed a philosophy I call build, serve, empower. These are my 3 power words I use to make every decision. I want to be a builder, constructive with my time, my decision-making about career and family. Building a team requires work, humility, persistence. But you guys have already lived the core values here at Siena. Lifelong learning, person-centered leadership, compassionate leadership, innovation, inclusivity. You got this. You already know what to do. You're ready. It can be unsettling, but you're ready. Everyone has a different definition of success. Everyone's definition of hard work is different. Your focus should be on the role you play for your team. Achievement doesn't happen because we want it to happen. You got to make it happen. And when we hit adversity, and you will have adverse times, how you respond is where growth, prosperity, and more opportunities can occur. Friar Father Larry in the baccalaureate mass last night gave you all some really great advice. You're already disciples of Siena. Go and serve. When my middle son Frankie was born with Down syndrome, our family dynamic changed, and it wasn't what we planned for his life or for our family. We had a pivot. Our response was to be the very best parents we could be to help Frankie be the best he could be, given his unique set of opportunities. We all have a unique set of circumstances. We created Team Antonelli, made a plan, and built an offense. And just so you know, I don't play any defense. Frankie graduated from Clemson University in the Life program. And Life is an acronym. Learning is for everyone. And he lives independently with support at Clemson. Our response was to build team, collaborate, push through. He works 2 jobs and he's living his best life. And I would like to recognize, if I may, because I have the mic, Anthony, Zaid, and Matthew that are graduating from the Shaker Siena Transition Program with you all today. Way to go, guys. Let me know where your party is. I want to go to that one. My other power word, besides build, is service. Something you already know a lot about during your experience here at Siena. My late great basketball coach at NC State, Kay Yao, and Naismith, Hall of Famer and one of my mentors, believed service was the most important quality of a good leader. I try to serve others, making someone's path easier, and find ways to make my teammates better. If I build and serve, I can influence and empower others to do the same. That's my practice for responding. I challenge you to think about what your plan to persevere through adverse times is going to be. Figure out what your crisis management plan is going to be. Part of our build and serve attitude to lead Team Antonelli, as Brendan mentioned, was to create this crazy, insane idea, an event, and it was an event to raise money for Special Olympics. Inspired by our son, Frankie, we created 24 hours, nothing but net, free throw shooting marathon. I didn't say take, I make 100 free throws on the top of each hour for 24 hours. So at the end of 24 hours, I've made 2,400 free throws. We started out as one family, supporting Frankie and other families like ours that value the Special Olympic experience. And after this year's event, which was year 8, last weekend, so at this time last week, I was shooting free throws. In 8 years, we have raised over $1.6 million for Special Olympics. See, my street cred goes up when guys like Brendan say I shot 96% because I made 2,400 and I missed 103. My 8-year free throw average is 94%. I believe Steph Curry in the NBA right now is only shooting about 92. You guys don't have to raise $1 million, but you can build and serve your community and find a way using the Siena pillars to empower others to join in your effort. Basketball has taught me a lot about life. In basketball, there are fundamentals and concepts. Fundamentals of basketball are pass, shoot, and dribble, constants in the game. Concepts are broader, more philosophical. What pace do we want to play? What do we want to emphasize? How do we plan to score? I like to say under, overhead, strap, ice jam, switch, drop are the 8 different ways you can guard a ball screen, and we don't really need all those because if you're a really good offensive player, you can always make the defense wrong. Brendan Coyle can make the defense wrong. He's 85% of the shots Brendan takes are threes. That's a lot of fun. Well, because I care about offense and I'm always on offense, I'm finding ways to say yes. And like I say on TV, shoot till your arm falls off. I'm taking my shot. I'm relying on my intrinsic motivation and work. Another way of saying, I'm betting on myself. You should also. Life is similar to the fundamentals and concepts of basketball and team sports. We all have similar fundamental needs. We go about conducting routines around the concepts we choose to live by with our own lives. No matter your choice, no one is responsible for your happiness but you. Find what makes your heart full and do it. Your lives and our world will be better for brighter, thoughtful, more positive people in our communities. Be bold, be optimistic, enthusiastic, bring energy to your ideas and passions. You may not find that balance in your busy lives. However, you can find a rhythm that brings you right back to your fundamentals, concepts, and the passions you choose. Find that vibe and create that rhythm. You will be prepared for anything and everything with the right attitude and the right response. So commence. Take a deep collective breath. Keep your eyes up and say yes to the uncomfortable in your own self-discipline. Do right, make the good choices. Plan and pivot around more critical thinking, but pause before you hit the send button. Make your positive self-talk louder than your self-doubt. Be in charge of your own happiness. The partnership between you and Siena University is a two-way investment. We are counting on each other. The ability to share your time, talent, and creativity is not limited to your financial status. The ability to give is a learned skill, and everyone has creative power to contribute to a better place. Siena has prepared you as our next leaders, and we need you. One day, you'll look back at Siena, remember moments, Tell the same stories over and over decades later as you gather, and you'll remember the day-to-day, your fellow graduates, which have become your network, and in some ways have helped you develop your net worth. And you'll remember your family and their support and smile with immense gratitude. You are smart, you are prepared, you are full of ambition, and one day you may pull out that old transcript and find that you outperformed yours with your hard work and passionate purpose. Graduates of the class of 2026, may the road rise to meet you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Debbie, for those inspiring words and for the example of a life that we can all emulate. Each graduating class at Siena is, of course, special and unique in its own ways. From what you, the class of 2026, learned in the classroom and through extracurricular activities, to your commitment to serving communities near and far, to the support you've provided to one another, you have made your mark on Siena and gained the skills you need to succeed in the future. And you grew and learned a lot about life, as well as about academic matters. You sang and danced and laughed and formed lifelong friendships. You persevered to reach this glorious moment. You are accomplished, intelligent, well-educated, and caring. Your futures are bright, and the world is indeed a better place and will be for whatever you do next. To offer a glimpse of the spirit that makes this graduating class so distinctive, here is the class of 2026's Siena experience in their own words.
Moving day was like a dream, honestly. Siena just felt like home. I was excited to start my new life, start my new experience at Siena.
The orientation leaders were really excited to have us. It was all this energy, day one.
Those orientation week friendships were because they were authentic. There was nothing to hide. We just wanted companionship. It was so much fun getting to know everybody.
It was like your first little taste of independence and figuring out who you are. It was sad, but I was so excited about this new chapter.
I could definitely tell by the first 4 days of orientation that this was going to be the best 4 years of my life.
My academic success here has been credited to engaged learning experiences outside the classroom. Things like sports writing and reporting, play-by-play for Siena Athletics color commentary, sideline reporting for the last 2 years.
As a finance major, I was always the type of person that wants to get into the weeds immediately. Training room's cool. Research certain companies that you think are potentially undervalued. I like that stuff.
I really enjoyed Spark Tank as somebody who's always been very entrepreneurial. We were able to create our own product from scratch, develop it with a team, and kind of plan through the financials, the product development.
I worked at Dell Technologies as a service sales intern down in Austin, Texas. I'm actually going back after graduation to be a financial analyst for them.
I've always wanted to be an elementary school teacher. We had a lot of classes that were hands-on, but our teachers also gave us real-world advice. It's so cool to be the first graduating class with Siena Elementary Education.
Oh, student teaching is the best thing in the entire world. It was just such a special, once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'll remember forever. I was a nursing student and I loved it. Just being in the labs at Siena, there's so much hands-on work that really, really prepares you for that real-world experience.
My major is applied physics. I get to learn all about things like quantum mechanics, material science, computer-aided design, which I'm definitely going to be using going forward in my career.
I grew up at Littles Lake. I've noticed a major decline in water quality. The biggest problem is actually the nutrients from geese poop. So we decided, let's build a floating wetland. We got native wetland plants from Vermont. It was really rewarding. I was in the Siena Albany Medical College program, challenging courses, getting involved in research. Growing up, I loved math.
Siena allowed me to really explore that by opening up the master's program. So I'm doing a Master's of Science in Business Analytics.
My professors came up to me, they're like, you really like research, do you want to get paid for it over the summer? It was honestly the time to learn. The professor would take his time because it was just me and him and then one other student. They would teach me certain lab techniques.
I got to do a research project outside of my major where I got to combine biology with mathematics, and I got to go to Spain. Like, that was so cool. I got to present at the 9th Annual European Congress of Mathematics. Honestly, felt like a dream. It was amazing.
I've been abroad 3 times, going on 4. I started out as a freshman. I got that email, hey, we're looking for history majors who might want to do their art credit in Prague. All the art galleries and Palace. It was a really great experience.
Study abroad was like the best experience of my life. I still think about it every day, honestly. When you go abroad, it just opens your mind so much to learning new things.
I taught Siena 101 last semester. There's a peer mentor. We kind of just teach them how to study and how to register and the housing process, things that are like essential to surviving here.
One of the best involvement was definitely the mentoring program. It was started off as being a job and it ended up becoming a part of me. It's really fun, seeing them having so much fun. You never know what some of them are going through. The kids look at me as a role model and that's why I'm proud of myself.
This year I'll be doing Mr. Siena. That's been a great experience, getting to know the other guys. And it's just such a great experience to have all that energy and all that camaraderie coming together to support your friends on stage. And the energy there is just infectious. There's really nothing like it.
Ooh, I love solid. I never had experience stepping before. You get that instant gratification when you learn the step. I try to get involved in everything. Free t-shirts, if it's free, it's for me. You will see me there every Wednesday. Goat yoga. Goat yoga's gotta be one of the top 3. I love those little goats.
I love the goats. I'm not grossed out by goats at all. I think I did get goat poop on me though.
Bingo, super fun. You got all your friends together from your hallway. Everyone's so hyped for it.
They had so much cool stuff. The atmosphere was hype. It was incredible.
Oh, I loved being a Saint orientation leader. We welcome all these first-year students to campus, and we get to be the first face that they see.
Saints was probably one of the most life-changing experiences for me. It really allowed me to join this community where I was connected to people not just academically, but emotionally and through experiences.
The women's rugby team was the best choice I ever chose to do. They're my bestest friends ever. It is totally like a family.
It would have to be coming off this MAC championship, head into the tournament and give Duke a little run for their money and kind of poke the bear. Obviously a blessing to be able to put Siena out there on the national stage. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world, and I'm glad I got to experience it with those guys.
I love the basketball games. They're so fun, school spirit.
When you have booming noise all around you, it kind of sets your adrenaline into another kick.
It's really exciting going to all the basketball games. You grow very close. We spend a lot of time together. You grow a little family.
Being able to participate in music was a defining experience. Siena Fest was so much fun, getting the energy from all the students, and it was an opportunity that I'll never forget.
Oh my gosh, I do love Siena Fest. It is so much fun, honestly. I love it. It's just like a great way to end the year and just like hang out with all your friends. It's a fun weekend for everyone to enjoy and kind of come together, enjoy some music, some good food, fun rides, and just all the great activities that Siena has planned for us. It was just so much fun.
Once we all cross that stage, we're all going different ways. It's sad. These are some of the best years of our lives. I'm sad to see it go, but I know the next chapter is going to be a good one as well.
It's a mix of emotions, to be honest with you. I'm excited I made it through and I'm about to graduate, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad to be leaving. This was kind of a life-changing experience, and it really built me up to be who I am today.
I've made lifelong friends here that I know that I'll be able to take with me in all of my walks of life. So I think that was just the biggest thing, the people at Siena.
What a ride it's been, honestly. Couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to be a Siena Saint. Couldn't be more blessed for the connections and all the relationships that I've made here.
I'm gonna miss Siena. I'm so happy to be part of this community. Everything about this place is special. The people, it's something in the air, I think.
Oh, it's like so many feelings. I'm sad, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm nostalgic. kind of makes me want to throw up a little bit. I don't know.
I'm really grateful for the time that I spent here.
Oh, I'm gonna get emotional thinking about it. I don't want it to end. It was the best 4 years of my life.
I'm gonna miss my friends a lot. It's honestly a blessing to be in an area where all your friends are together, doing fun things. Siena just makes it so easy to be with the people you love.
I love this school. I don't want to leave it. It's an incredible place. I can't believe it's over. It went by so fast. It was the perfect fit. Everything I wanted, everything that I needed.
Nothing could have prepared me for how quickly it went by. Siena has become a part of my identity.
This was the best possible decision I could have made for the past 4 years. And I think it's very clear that Siena felt like home to me.
It's definitely been a special experience. I just think about all the memories I've made. My friends, the cheer team. I've learned so much. It was a great 4 years, yeah.
For the past 15 years, the Siena community has been most fortunate to welcome students from Shaker High School's special education programs as members of the Siena Transition Program, a joint venture with the North Colony School District. You've already seen these students, but now we get to recognize them specially. The students in the program have attended classes, worked on campus, and participated in various social and extracurricular activities, assisting them to grow in their academic abilities, social skills, and most importantly, independence. This has not been a one-way street, as Siena students and faculty members have volunteered their time and efforts as active participants in this program. They've served as tutors, mentors, and friends. So today we recognize the achievements of 3 seniors who've completed the program and acknowledge them also as cherished members of Siena University forever, with our best wishes extended to them and their families. Join us in congratulating them are Ms. Kathleen Skeels, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Casey Barton, Director of Pupil Services, and Elizabeth Pomerville, Assistant Director of Personnel Pupil Services. Please join us as I call your names. Matthew Robert Bouchard. Zaid Umar Fazlani. Anthony Cyril Sadek. The heart of today's ceremony is the awarding of degrees, which symbolizes the completion of the Siena educational experience. Mr. Tom Baldwin, Chair of the Board of Trustees, will confer the diplomas. Siena University class of 2026, please stand. President Seifert, I now present to you the members of the Siena University class of 2026.
by the authority vested in me by the State of New York Board of Regents and the Board of Trustees of Siena University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelors of Business Administration, or Bachelors of Science, which has been recommended with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Go forth as perpetual and cherished members of the Siena family.
Please be seated. Graduates, you will be directed by your faculty marshals row by row to line up to walk across the stage. You will hand your name card to be read and then walk across the stage when directed. Once you exit the stage, you will continue out following the faculty marshals and have your photo taken with a professional photographer before you return to your seat. Each year, Siena University recognizes those graduates who, throughout their college career, have demonstrated outstanding scholarship, strength of character, leadership, and active participation in extracurricular activities and service to the community by selecting them as members of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Will the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha, the Siena University Honor Society, please stand. Alpha Kappa Alpha membership is the highest award granted to our graduates. Alpha Kappa Alpha members are students who've achieved academic excellence throughout their college years. They've also demonstrated an awareness of the problems facing society and a sincere concern for others. AKA members have contributed in a special way to Siena and to the broader community. In other words, these students embody the Franciscan tradition that are a foundation of every Siena graduate's education. They have been selected by a committee of faculty, staff, and administrators. Ahmad B. Amir, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Emma G. Andros, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jasmine E. Bordelon, Bachelor of Science, Certificate in Community Development, magna cum laude. Grace A. Branshaw, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Carissa H. Brunt, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Gus H. Byrne, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Julia S. Chalco, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical College Program, summa cum laude. Akshaya P. Ganesan, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical School College, summa cum laude. Shannon E. Kosher, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Hannah L. Curian, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical College Program, magna cum laude. Daniel H. Leek, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Talia J. Narzimski, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Anna Q. Wynn, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical College Program, summa cum laude. Sneha Panjani, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical College Program, summa cum laude. Rathika Patnam, Bachelor of Arts, Albany Medical College Program, summa cum laude. Eric W. Rapeco, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Isabel P. Rowley, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Thomas R. Sherwin, Bachelor of Arts, Bonner Service Leader, Honors Fellow, summa cum laude. Sarah Thauci, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Sydney R. Tobar, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Athena A. Varghese, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. And finally, one member of AKA is also a class officer this year, Giancarlo Barone, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, 21 Club Programming Chair. Please join me in congratulating our Alpha Kappa Alpha members. I now present the remaining class of 2026 officers. Justina A. Hanane, Bachelor of Arts, President. Lexi M. Dennis, Bachelor of Science, Communications Liaison. Ethan R. Hogan, Bachelor of Science, Senior Week Programming Chair. Delaney A. Killian, Bachelor of Arts, Senior Week Programming Chair. Elena N. Preston, Bachelor of Science, Senior Week Programming Chair, and she's not able to be with us today. Samantha R. Thompson, Bachelor of Arts, 21 Club Programming Chair. And finally, one class officer is also being awarded 2 academic degrees today. Dominique C. Walsh, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Science in Management, and Treasurer. Thank you for your service to your class. And now we recognize the accomplishments of 2 additional members of the class who are being awarded 2 academic degrees. Amina Asfal, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Science in Biology, and she's not able to be here with us today. But we do have Audrey G. Lacey, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Science in Biology. Congratulations to all these accomplished graduates. Now, Dr. Timothy Reno, Professor of Creative Arts, will introduce the remaining graduates of the class of 2026 by school and degree program. Dr. Chris Farnan, class of 1993, Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, will assist Mr. Baldwin and President Cipher in conferring the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Liberal Arts.
Catherine T. Sanders, summa cum laude. Catherine A. Nerber, magna cum laude. Allison E. Lawson, cum laude. Judith E. Stewart. Kayla J. McNulty, cum laude. Abigail Ann George. Taylor C. Brickwaddell. Charlotte J. Cardone, cum laude. Ashley Sanchez Murillo. Mohammed Asfar bin Mohammed Osman. Sarah A. Hamilton. Lindsay Otero. Martha Norales Leyva. Brianna Howard. Yalexa Icontara. Kayla M. Ruiz. Madeline Chino Salas. Bianca A. Kennerly, cum laude. Samantha J. Vary. Elena Durham, cum laude. Aaron M. Carlini, cum laude. Hope C. Wilk, cum laude. Emma J. Farrell. Jessica Naub, summa cum laude. Mia Rose Van Dyke. Eric Svensson. Brian J. Metcalf. Evan F. Williams. Andrew J. Kirk, cum laude. Stephen C. James. John T. Tarleton. Matthew J. D. Vincentis. Aiden M. Irish, cum laude. Sarah G. Rockwell, magna cum laude. Anna E. Rossetti. Kasha Durico, summa cum laude. Maggie Granger, summa cum laude. Emma Q. Moore, magna cum laude. Stephen Z. Sheeran, magna cum laude. Antonio J. Brezik. Nilo Afzali, summa cum laude. Jana Pervez, cum laude. Olivia Marson, summa cum laude. Giovanna Perez. Dylan Patterson Sprance. Jaden M. Simpson. Paige M. Fern, magna cum laude. Molly McBain, summa cum laude. Ava McCary, cum laude. Samantha Hughes, cum laude. Zion Teklashel. Alexander Mattioli. Andrew Yee. Joseph H. Gilbert. Adriana Casolo. Emily E. Erickson. Poppy Ruland, cum laude. Sydney L. Weller. Isabella Faragin, cum laude. Riley Goodness. Nev Ko, magna cum laude. Lila Ribeiro, magna cum laude. Daniel Ferrante. Leah Emily Buno, cum laude. Stephen M. Heary, summa cum laude. Regina Carroll. Jillian M. Esposito. Amanique Waters. Stella Chopsky. Jessica Ferraro. Kiara Hawkins. Evan Johnson. Braden Timms. Joseph Lemery, cum laude. Alexander Peters. Justice D. Schotz. Mackenzie Faherty. Ella Milante, cum laude. Catherine Flanagan, cum laude. Chloe Poulos, cum laude. Will Feuerbringer, magna cum laude. Amanda Brown. Sabrina Dupre, magna cum laude. Susan Whitfield, cum laude. Carrie Downey. McKenna Fitzgerald, magna cum laude. Gianna Adrenia, magna cum laude. Henry Steinmetz, cum laude. James Kelly, summa cum laude. Isabella Scavo, cum laude. Mahnur Hassan, cum laude. Brianne Kuhn. Madison King. Ella Wood. Colin Diambro, magna cum laude. Zachary Schmidt. William Cooper, magna cum laude. Emily Film, magna cum laude. Chloe Holner Turner. Lillian Salem. Gianna Pigeon. Taylor Robinson. Shelby Minor. Logan Kavanaugh, cum laude. Sasha George, cum laude. Avery Dutcher. Willow Sunderland. Gabrielle Agostino. Gabriella Rose Neat, summa cum laude. Ashley Main, magna cum laude. Donovan Ward. Corey Ward, magna cum laude. Ashlyn Hunter. Dante Sullivan, summa cum laude. Gaia Pena Race. Jack Riley, magna cum laude. Liam Lawler, cum laude. Jeremy Paz. Liam Flaherty. William Gibney, cum laude. Connor Bolak. Richard Myers, cum laude. Edmund Gertler. Gregory Hamilton. Oluwafemi Kessington. Hunter DePace, cum laude. Harry Mason. Sholay Minnick. Jonathan Hastings, magna cum laude. Evan Oakes. Christopher DeSorbo. Sydney Mirage, cum laude. Madigan Hoffman. Mackenzie Hadley Yardley. Kelly Kropp. Joshua Hosback. Bradley Fraser, magna cum laude. Colby LeBlanc. Patrick Linton. Xander Durkatz. Jordan Moses. Alexandra Cutler, cum laude. Jacob Trabuco, cum laude. Levi Armau. Keaton Quinn. Tajesia Nelson. Kira Musial, cum laude. Jennifer Gerace. Hanan Al-Harbi. Alina Pica Boryas, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Elston. Willow Condi Gomez. Bree Costin. Adam Maxwell, magna cum laude. Halis Ostemir, cum laude. Mackenzie Whitney. Joseph Duran. Caroline Tanico, summa cum laude. Sarah Pegarella, summa cum laude. Jack Connolly. Nicholas Biski, magna cum laude. Madeline Knapp, magna cum laude. Paige Hausler, cum laude. Haley Scullin. Erica McCarty. Elizabeth Mayer. Megan Bruno, magna cum laude. Juliana Catania, summa cum laude. Gianna Allison Gooley. Tanisha Hendricks, magna cum laude. Elijah Miller. Yusuf Mahfoud Suleik. Crystal Caceres. Olivia Moon. Jocelyn Kimball. Cassidy Duda. Sophia Madelone, magna cum laude. Princess Lopez. Kelsey McQuarrie. Jessica Robertaccio, cum laude. Caitlin Carroll. Trevor Markowski. Mackenzie DeSorbo. Maggie Wolovnik. Owen Patrick Kenny. Louis Albertelli, cum laude. Anthony Napick, cum laude. McKenna Van Dresen, magna cum laude. Jessica Duran. Eva Marie Longatano. Maya Chrysogelis. Alexia Coons. Elizabeth Ann Cesano, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Mojos, cum laude. Abigail Donnelly, cum laude. Delilah Brown. Tara Cardy. Emily Carr. Jaden Ivey. Olivia Brayton. Maddie Arcee. Sophia Sacento. Lucy Rosser, magna cum laude. Jillian McDonald. Megan Bullock. Taylor DeLuca. Kaylee Howe. Isabella Audino, cum laude. Emma Fayette, cum laude. Megan Fellon. Joseph Piscatelli, cum laude. Thomas Fantry, cum laude. Caitlin Hathaway, magna cum laude. Mariah Linscott. Joshua Florence, cum laude. Alyssa Kenny, magna cum laude. Riley Moore. Jacob McAllister. Rachel Ruggles. Jonathan Ferdous. Bailey Wimet, summa cum laude. Jordan Harvey. Tyler Senecal, cum laude. Peter Mertick. Eric McFarland. Jeremy Bolt, magna cum laude. Anthony Barini. Jaden Hillage Scribner, cum laude. Erin Cano. Anayi Garcia. Christina Supinski. Avery Marshall, magna cum laude. Paya Mondanaro. Michaela Regan. Elizabeth Whalen. Liam Rabluski. Andrea Saucedo. Madison Matisse. Samantha Castle, magna cum laude. Tess McCluskey, summa cum laude. Emily Nanartovich. Laura Lamb. Francesca Nardelli. Aiden Forrest, magna cum laude. Jaden DeFayette. Emery Anderson. Aaliyah Oldfield. Alexa Ashline. Cadence Graham. Allison Engel, cum laude. John Andriuk. Chance Fossmeyer. Ashley Sorrenti. Kit Endler. Ariel O'Donnell. Janice Roman. Victoria Mullen. Tyler Sauceville, cum laude. Kate Heinrich. Ann Patari. Ashley Phelps, summa cum laude. Ava DeShaw. Charlie Wagner. Liam Judge. Anthony Perrone. Bernardo Fernandez. Delaney Kuban, magna cum laude. Bridget Kamen, cum laude. Kira Kamen. Rebecca DePoo. Ethan Cavallari. Matthew McCarthy. Matthew Duncan, cum laude. Jameson Kowanko, cum laude. Tyler Colleton, cum laude. Aiden Paradine. Mariana Nasta, summa cum laude. Carson Coutinho. Samuel Falace, magna cum laude. Ryan Taff. Sean Camacho. Jack Gunzy. Azana Levitt. Vincent Venditti. Gavin Thornburn. Michaela Sutherland. Brianna Bynes. Madison Himes. Victoria Palicia. Kylie Kuhn, magna cum laude. Emily Danahy, magna cum laude. Luca Holloway. Avery Proper. Carolina Fabrayo. Emma Kutch, cum laude. Patrick O'Connor. Aidan Cahey. Shannon Thomas, magna cum laude.
Dean Ann McCarthy, Dean of the School of Science, will now assist Mr. Baldwin and President Seifert in conferring the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Science.
Shaylin DeJoya. Catherine Bissett. Chase Martino. Emily Marone. Samuel Sosnowski. Sarah Dingell. Ben Sosnowski, summa cum laude. Tim Bush, magna cum laude. Dominic Rassone. Daniel Montilla. Rebecca Leonard. Jack Thomas Cheverton, summa cum laude. Carter Emerson. Jennifer L. Sturgis. Riley Pearson, magna cum laude. Regan Mullaney. Clarissa Rowan, summa cum laude. Christina Savastio, cum laude. Mia Middelkop. Kaniz Zara. Tiffany Chen, cum laude. Ashley Gensis. Grace Catherine Byer. Skylar Cox, registered nurse. Kellyanne Crivello, cum laude. Micaiah Kroos. Colin Fisher. Sean Donnelly. Robert Lampman, cum laude. Madison Martell, cum laude. Julia Donovan. Karen Jewell, cum laude. Gabriela San Miguel. Najwan Ahmed. Kira McNama. Mansi Patel, cum laude. Raymond Msimanga. Zaidan Ajay. Kolawole Olawole. Jose Tavares. Naila Batista, registered nurse. Jocelyn Jara Villavicencio, registered nurse. Isabella Banks, registered nurse. Aiden Kaplan, registered nurse, cum laude. Emma Bass. Lauren Edelstein, summa cum laude. Isabel Merlini, registered nurse. Annabelle Marr. Sophia Sergalis, magna cum laude. John Dudrick. John Bourbon. Toby Thomas. Colin Hitchcock. Samyak Tuladar, magna cum laude. Michael O'Connor, registered nurse, cum laude. Stephanie Salas, registered nurse. Madison Coonrad, registered nurse. Hallie Holsworth, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Steves, registered nurse, cum laude. Isabella Poniros, registered nurse. Maya Peterson, registered nurse. Sydney Monroe, registered nurse. Michael Fuentes, registered nurse. Sean Burke, registered nurse. Rebecca Hall, registered nurse. Morgan Cook, registered nurse. Megan Camilli, registered nurse. Hannah Lawler, registered nurse, cum laude. Caitlin Coiteau, registered nurse. Nicole D'Amato, registered nurse. Bridget Cassidy, registered nurse. Olivia Lopresti, registered nurse, magna cum laude. Anissa Chowdhury. Basia Khalik. Trayvon Ruddock. Jack Ryan, cum laude. Nicholas Bryant. John Kelleher. Andrew Sauer, magna cum laude. Josie Tan, cum laude. Aiden Clancy, magna cum laude. Tyler Green, magna cum laude. Allison Boise. Catherine Houle. Gracie Medeiros, magna cum laude. Tyler Munson, magna cum laude. Hawk Lindner. Michael Lenhard. Kiana Potter, cum laude. Russell Silberger. Julianne Niles. Tristan Booten, magna cum laude. William Johns Van Voris. Jake Lippold. Shane Bordeaux, summa cum laude. Carter McIntosh. Mark Pisano. Chester Gould. Peyton Ramsdill. Katie Plosica. Michael Schneider, summa cum laude. Nicholas Klotz, cum laude. Juliana Turanja, magna cum laude. Monica Elderi, summa cum laude. Iona Snape, summa cum laude. Laura Mason, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Holden, summa cum laude. Claire Martinsky, summa cum laude. Brandon Ho, Albany Medical College Program. Robert Raimundo Aralar, magna cum laude, Albany Med. Albert Chai, summa cum laude, Albany Med. Magali Cox Espinoza, registered nurse, magna cum laude. Patrick McPhee, cum laude. Anitza Perilla. Emma Fiscaletti. Isabella Lewis. Kaylee Curry, cum laude. Braden Stewart. Taurus, Germany. Ahad Al-Hamyari, registered nurse. Ragd Al-Hamyari, registered nurse. Inki Lin, registered nurse. Eman Chaudhar, registered nurse. Tanya Akhtar, registered nurse, magna cum laude. Nahal Jangda, cum laude. Neha Drishti Mata. Emily Girardi. Megan Perry, magna cum laude. Carolyn Murray. Victoria Cusado, magna cum laude. Jessica Mata, magna cum laude. Mattingly Kosher, cum laude. Claire Donahue, cum laude. Parker Thomas, cum laude. Cassandra Belcido. Shaylin Rossetti, registered nurse. Anne-Marie McCoy, registered nurse. Annie Boisseau, registered nurse. Vittoria Maria Paturzo, registered nurse. Matthew Tully. Ahmed Zager. Daniel Kniff. Charlize Villanueva, summa cum laude. Brandon McAdoo. Brandon Trauma. Benjamin Antonuk, magna cum laude. Caden Monteroso. TJ Mychak, cum laude. Carmen Salvatore Theodore Cecere II. Gavin Clark. Gabrielle Kennedy. Emmett Pearl. Ryan Breen. Emmeline Scaff. Brooke Alexa Pochask, magna cum laude. Grace Nino, registered nurse. Kelly Bambrick, registered nurse, cum laude. Lucas Spire. Timothy Coloma, registered nurse. Olivia Mann, registered nurse, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Kazari, registered nurse. Chloe Grimm, registered nurse, cum laude. Abigail Schlegel, registered nurse. Savannah Brito. Jalen Lee. Malena Linendahl, magna cum laude. Isabel Rowe, registered nurse. Amy Lewis, cum laude. Sophia Pavia. Lily Riley, registered nurse. Michael Leone. Anthony Santavica. Taylor McBride, cum laude. Julia Petrozo, cum laude. Alice Westad, cum laude. Jorge Estevez. Aaron Fortney. Tyler Knapp. Samantha Young. Karina Lieback. Josephine De Paula. Sierra Lebron. Aisha Munsif, excellence in research. Audrey Jasper. Rayana Hines. Aretha Fraser, summa cum laude.
Dr. Rashmi Azadani, Dean of the School of Business, will now assist Mr. Baldwin and President Cipher in conferring the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Business Administration in the School of Business.
Samuel Oliver. Casey Owens, summa cum laude. Bridget Dusso, cum laude. Isabel Lewis, magna cum laude. Evan Nathaniel Parker. Madison Bray. Megan Quinn, cum laude. Miguel Plaza, cum laude. Christian Amaral, summa cum laude. Sarah Harnett, magna cum laude. Cameron Vanderbosch, cum laude. Mackay Clanton. Patrick Rowan. Zachary Searles. AKM alum. Camila Muhamedina, cum laude. Keoke Peters. Alexander Stone. Joseph Carista. Ryan Lim, summa cum laude. Mario Navarro Perez. Henry Klein. Aiden Jerumzik. Matthew Whitcup. Andrew Valeri. Colin James. Isaiah Rondon. Ryan Grimmick, cum laude. Aiden Ryan, magna cum laude. Brendan Leahy. John Nimmons. Michael Dote. Nicholas Walsh. Tristan Terry, cum laude. Matthew Osborne. Marco Kalushabeta. Avery Klickman, cum laude. Amir Chekic. Gianluca Gargano. Anna McHugh, magna cum laude. Anthony Bonesteel. Gabrielle Catherine Durvudge. Hannah Goodsight, magna cum laude. Emma Parmeter, magna cum laude. Lorelei Druckenmiller. Chiamaka Okoye, cum laude. Anthony Gigliotti. Lydia Griffin. Rachel Drew. Ava Perez, cum laude. Iselena Ungetwitter, cum laude. Mackenzie Ressler. Madeline DeFaber Schumacher. Noah Williamson. Ty Strong. Sarah Fitzgerald, cum laude. Isabel McNamee, magna cum laude. Madeline Finn. Brody Santagata, summa cum laude. Connor Thomas, summa cum laude. Patrick Dower, summa cum laude. Mattingly O'Rourke, summa cum laude. Caitlin DeForest. Robert Ilfeld, cum laude. Vito DeBellis, cum laude. Patrick Radomski, magna cum laude. Liam Lennon, cum laude. Gavin Blank. Travis Fry. Caden Olmsted. Caden Peddleford. Caden Kramer, magna cum laude. William Miller, summa cum laude. Maxfield Taylor. Joseph Delia. Richard Paltridge. Louis Percival. Dylan Talbot. Samir Mall. Paul Perry. Blair Beaton, summa cum laude. Christopher Weisenecker. Ethan Hunt, magna cum laude. Christian Avila. Shinhang Su. Angelo Graziano. Gianna Delavigne. Karen Madalonger. Liana Padunina, summa cum laude. Anthony Damasco. Kenneth Morris, magna cum laude. Cameron Curry. Zach Howe. Barbara Bourgagnon. Joao Becker, cum laude. Gabriel Fajardo. Alexander Eberlein. Luke Hebert. Sophia Tagliaferro, summa cum laude. William Murata. Ryan Lynch. Saul Garcia, summa cum laude. Louis Iacino, Jr. Joseph Roddy. Ryan Ciencio, summa cum laude. Kevin Harrington. Aidan O'Brien. Anthony Zapala, cum laude. Shane McIntyre. Lauren Cassidy. Nicholas Zamora, cum laude. Austin Giroux, cum laude. Joshua Aguiar. Carter Vidnansky. Joseph Tangora. Chase Benson, cum laude. Luke Vandenberg, cum laude. John Whalen, magna cum laude. Ayan Sajid, cum laude. Jack Gregory. Christopher Floriano. Thatcher Boswell Penk. Haley Grimes. Ella Keller. Ava Gear, magna cum laude. Cameron Taylor. Ian Shaw. Aidan Brock. Samantha Egan. Rosie Donovan. Sarah Quinn. Andrew Nolan, cum laude. Neil Wilkinson. Michaela Crown. Ariana Gadori. Haley Francis, cum laude. Brendan Coyle, magna cum laude. Damon Gordon Jr. Refat Hoke. Pew A. Abdul Fofana. Sean Lucas St. Fort. Prince Ndayugami. Amir Lester. Allison Hochter, cum laude. Emma Wilk, summa cum laude. Rosa Alfano, magna cum laude. Gina Jardella. Rory McNerney. Alondra Hasbrook, cum laude. Derek Primo. Tyler Ludzinski. Sean Cohn. William Ward. Patrick Lawler. Jack Bisson. Dominic Caruana. Annabella Rivero. Julia Leary, magna cum laude. Lily Driscoll. Catriona Corbett, cum laude. Tehila Mbango, cum laude. Syra Shirazi, magna cum laude. Amanda Robertson, magna cum laude. Jake O'Keefe. Florian Tolsi. Theo Bornarel. James Daniel Mutinsky. Giovanna N. Casella. Ella Bigelow. Olivia Gates. Caitlin Lindsay. Madison Wilsey. Jillian Zintars. Hannah Deloria. Juliana Folk. Jenna Bourbon. Matthew Oppie. Dominic Gennaro. Madison Forrest Mellon. McKenna Rowley. Abby Ross, cum laude. Elizabeth Langford McHattie, cum laude. Claire Bollenton, magna cum laude. Maria Hancox. Brianna Kondracki, magna cum laude. Hannah Ruddy, cum laude. Cameron Dunn, magna cum laude. Grace Foster, cum laude. Amy Rasmussen. Charlotte Felice. Nolan Towers. Lucas Lilliard. Nicholas Temple, cum laude. Angus Grout. Patrick Hoffman, summa cum laude. Ryan Vogel. Felicia Borselio, cum laude. Brandon Huang. Gabriela Jimenez, summa cum laude. Simran Kaur. Haji Goskova. Andrew Morrison. Nicholas Scattereggia. Brian Loha. Dia Buchiro, cum laude. Eve McCormick, magna cum laude. Dandre Nege Sarsing, cum laude. Aaron Rawson, magna cum laude. Joseph Mayone. Drew Blonde. Joshua Kotlow. Cooper Wally. Brooke Wolin, cum laude. Eric Whitman. Ryan Sala. Zachary Fontecchio. Brendan Lee, magna cum laude. Spencer Federspiel. Joel Heredia. Evan Hickey, magna cum laude. Micah Leonardo. David Nittle, cum laude. Jack McCarthy, cum laude. Eric Miller, cum laude. Gabriel Hoagland. Tristan Prevost. Zachary Neuberger. Roberto Cruz, cum laude. Sean Stevens. Ian Lewis. Dennis Graham. Natalia Jackson. Lauren Kinley. Jessica Crow. Joshua Miller. Brayton Langdon, summa cum laude. Ian Murphy, cum laude. Alexander Pause, cum laude. Andrew Porter. Jack Thompson. Nico Andrelos. Louis Joseph Weber III. Micah Sharon. Hassan Rizwan. Lance Ristler, summa cum laude. Matthew Borowitz, cum laude. McKenna Riddell. Kylie Castellana, cum laude. Rafaela Mincola, cum laude. Mackenzie Witz. Melina Holler, cum laude. Liliana Kinsella, summa cum laude. McKenna McLaren, magna cum laude. Taylor Smith. As we pause for a moment and allow our final graduates to return to the arena floor, let's take a look into the future for the class of 2026. Many of our graduates have already decided on their next steps, and several volunteered to be featured in this brief video. Enjoy.
In just 4 years, I got my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and a full-time job offer, and Siena helped do that by tailoring a plan that was perfect for me. My professors and the community members helped me to pursue and ultimately achieve my lifelong dream of living and working in New York City.
With Dr. John O'Neill's mentorship here at Siena, I not only learned the most crucial subjects in actuarial science, but I also went beyond in computer science and mathematics.
Siena has inspired me to start the Women in Business Club here on campus, which has helped to connect me and many other women to the amazing female leaders in our community. And that is due in part to the amazing people here at the Career Center.
Through Siena,
I was able to find out about this Goldman Sachs networking event. I was able to make a connection, which led me to receiving an internship, and that internship eventually led me to receiving a full-time job offer.
My network at Siena helped me secure a job in cybersecurity after graduation. These connections helped some of my classmates land a job too.
I'm grateful to my professor, Deb Kelly. She's invested so much time and energy into seeing me succeed. Plus, I get to start my career at a company founded by a Siena Saint. Siena provided me with an opportunity like no other, and now I get to go to France for a life-changing experience.
My job opportunities on campus have helped prepare me for the real world. Both student activities and admissions have helped me grow immensely as a person and helped me find my passion in higher education. Siena University provided me with so many meaningful experiences and opportunities. I was able to meet with a Siena alum at my internship, which eventually led to me getting a job offer for the fall.
Siena provided me with memories that I'll remember forever. That's one of the reasons why I'm coming back in the fall to get my MBA.
We will pause for a few more minutes as we wait for the very last graduate to return to the arena floor from having their picture taken. I now ask the class of 2026 to please stand. At this time, please move the tassel on your caps from right to left. And be welcomed into the ranks of the more than 40,000 alumni of Siena University. I invite our guests to also stand now and join Joseph Duran, class of 2026, in singing the Siena University alma mater. The words are on page 9 of your program.
Thank you very much. Siena alma mater, joyfully we bless her name. We, her sons and daughters, laud her, and her glory we acclaim. Strengthen her, O God of mercy, grant her wisdom from above. May we bring her greater honor by our labor and our love. When the years our pathway shorten, close to our reward we stand. May we saints and scholars. May her cross on dome of gold be the beacon ever after for the ones her arms enfold.
It is our privilege at this time to ask the Most Reverend Bishop Mark O'Connell, Bishop of Albany, to offer the benediction. Bishop Mark.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Let us pray. Loving God, we thank you for all the lessons and challenges and triumphs that are represented here by these graduates before us. From the moment they arrived on the campus of Siena University to this joyful culmination, you, Lord God, have called them to discover who they are and who they are called to be. Bless them now, God, as they go their separate ways. Watch over them and keep them loyal to all the your lessons taught here, so that they may impact the world for your good. Whether it be nurses or teachers or in finance or law or entrepreneurs or politicians or religious life or wherever you are leading them, may they discover your almighty plan for them. May they represent Siena University in all of its glory. May they not be discouraged by the divisions and chaos in the world, but build bridges of unity and peace. We pray for their parents, family, and friends. We pray for the administration, the faculty, the staff, the benefactors of Siena University. May they look with pride upon these accomplished graduates and see the difference their dedication to education is making in our world. And of our world, Lord, we cry out to you from the depths and ask for peace and harmony and sanity. We cry out to you and ask that you inspire all in this path. Finally, bless this tremendous institution of Siena University. May it grow and prosper and remain an important place for learning and scholarship for many, many years to come. We ask this prayer through Christ our Lord.
Please sit down. Dr. Charles Seifert, President of Siena University, will now offer closing remarks for the class of 2026. Chuck?
Hello, everybody. I know that I am the only thing that is standing between you and really celebrating. So I promise I will be quick. I do have a couple things to say. And first, there's a couple people that I need to recognize. First, this is Tom Baldwin's last commencement. I know he mentioned that, but you need to know the importance that Tom Baldwin has had, not just in my life, but in your lives as well. Tom has been my Tom Hagen, my consigliere, and just absolutely fantastic, and I am better, and we are better because of him. So Tom Baldwin, thank you. Then I was going to talk about Maggie retiring, but I haven't accepted her retirement, so I'll skip over that. Actually, the end of June is Maggie's retirement. I've had the privilege and the opportunity to work with Maggie all 11 years that she has been here. I promise you I am a better leader and a better person because of that opportunity, and I absolutely know that Siena is a better place because Maggie chose to join us. So thank you, Maggie. All right, graduates, family, friends, trustees, Debbie, Bishop Mark, community members, this is absolutely a wonderful celebration. If you've heard me talk over the past few days, many times I say this is one of my favorite events. Well, this is my favorite event. This is absolutely fantastic and it's wonderful, and I'm so happy to be here with you. So, class of 2026, congratulations, you've made it. You've crossed the finish line. You survived finals and late night group projects, struggles to find parking spots, and even senior week. Now, I know you had a lot of fun at senior week. Remember where I live? I know you had a lot of fun. But believe me, it was a joyful noise, and also believe me, it's going to be far too quiet tomorrow. You will be missed. When you first arrived at Siena, we promised you the education for a lifetime. Back then, you probably thought that it was just a slogan to put on a brochure. But I want you to look around, and I want you to really realize for what it is. It is the friendships that you're going to outlast the ceremony. It's a curiosity that you found in a classroom that you really even didn't want to take. It's the experiences you had with classmates. It's the things that you never thought of trying before you came to Siena. And then most importantly, the values that you lived and the way that you are interacting and working today. You have been shaped by this place, but I promise you, we've been shaped by you. And you've done so at a historic moment. I counted at least 12 times that you were told that you were the first graduates of Siena University. But that's important, and it really is, because you're setting the foundation for all of the students to come. You truly are pioneers in a new era. I know some people in the world right now, I might feel a little bit of anxiety. We are living through the most significant shift in the history of work. We have disruptive technology, and artificial intelligence are moving faster than anyone predicted. Some people are even asking if a college degree is worth the investment at this time. But let me tell you what employers are telling us, and they are telling us that a Siena education is more important now than ever before. That's because the future doesn't belong to people who just understand how to use the various tools. At Siena, you've learned those tools, but you've also learned the things that a machine can't do. A machine can process data, but it cannot lead. A machine can calculate, but it cannot make an ethical decision. It can't discern truth, and it can't act with compassion. It has no soul and no Franciscan spirit. The focus on the human element is exactly why you will be in such high demand. When a CEO looks at a resume, they're looking for a saint. They want the person who knows how to solve problems that haven't even been defined yet. They want to know the person who has real-world experiences and knows how to lead with purpose. There's a famous story about St. Francis. Near the end of his life, after he had basically changed the course of human history, he looked at his brothers and said, "Let us begin again. For up until now, we have done little or nothing. When I look at you, I see everything that you have accomplished. You have done so much. But the beauty of that moment is that today is not the finish line. It is a new beginning. The literal translation of the word commencement is a beginning. All that spirit and heart you have shown on this campus was just the warm-up. Now you get to the main event, the real work of building a world that is more just, peaceful, and humane. The world is a noisy place, and it's often fragmented. It needs people who see dignity in others. It needs people who can disagree without devaluing the person across from them. It needs people who live the mission not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. In other words, the world needs more saints. So here's my advice. Be bold, be generous, be humble, serve others, call your parents, be kind, and be the person that others are proud to know. We are incredibly proud of you. You are forever a part of this community, and no matter where you go, you will carry a piece of Siena. And know that this place is here for you. You can leave Siena, but Siena will never leave you. You have earned this, and we believe in you, and I can't wait to hear all that you accomplish, and may your life be as bright as our golden dome. Thank you, and God bless.
Before we close, I want to personally and publicly thank the many people who've made the events of this commencement weekend so spectacular. Most especially our Grand Marshal, Dr. Adam Mason, and all our faculty and staff and student volunteers, and especially April Backus and Sam Smith from the Provost's office. Thank you each for a job well done. Dr. Sarah Burke, Professor of Biology and Chair of the Faculty Committee, will lead the recession carrying the ceremonial mace of Siena University. I ask our guests to please remain in your seats until the presidential party, the graduates, and the faculty have all left the building. Our graduates will be exiting the arena onto Beaver Street. Please depart through the exit doors as directed by your ushers. Graduates who plan to take the university-provided bus back to campus should exit and then proceed around the arena to the Market Street box office parking lot. Guests should exit the building onto Pearl Street to meet your graduates and avoid congregating in the atrium. This concludes the commencement exercises for the Siena University class of 2026. Congratulations. It's a great day to be a Saint.